Okay, we've just had a screening of the Second World War drama Warblade, and I'm here with some of the cast. Would you like to just introduce yourselves and the role that you played in the film, please?
Yes, my name's Joseph Millson. I played the moustache.
What an excellent moustache it was, by
Thank you very much.
Was it of your own?
All my own work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Paul Marlon. I played this sort of slightly gingery moustache, or fully gingery, I should say. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Alina, Tamara, and I did not play a moustache.
Could have done that. That's her she's
I
got
tried.
range. She could have played a moustache. Yeah, the range.
Big up to the ginger beers, by the way.
Oh yeah, always. Thank you. Yeah, I've got your brother.
Right, first question. How did you all come on board with this project?
I actually found this project online quite random. I auditioned for it, and I had auditioned for the director before for a different project, and I guess he remembered me from that other audition as well, and yeah, that's how I booked the job.
Very simple.
I've known Nick for a long time. So Nick, the director and the writer for this project, this was about, I want to say it's the fourth feature I've worked with him, but I've worked with him for, he's worked for me and my writing partner as a director, as a cinematographer a few times. So yeah, he's sort of fed up with photographing my wrinkly, gingery face, to be honest. So it was kind of a project where, yeah, I said yes to it, and I thought, how can I make my face look different for him? Hence the moustache, you know, because he hadn't seen that before. So yeah, I was quite lucky. I've known Nick for a long time, and I got the call, and he said, I've got this World War II film. I went, I'm in. So that was it. Yeah, done.
Have you ever played a World War II character before?
Do you know what? I've been quite lucky, actually. I say lucky, that sounds really weird. As an actor, I'm lucky because I've played quite a few roles, whether it's theatre and film, with both the wars. The good ones, you know, the sort of rock and roll ones, you know, the rock and roll ones, yeah. The cinematic ones, yeah. So I'm quite lucky in the sense of, yeah, I think this is the first time on film I've gone World War II, but yeah, I've certainly delved into that world as an actor before. So, but yeah, when Nick made the call, it was a yeah, no matter what.
Yeah, I didn't know. I knew the producer. I didn't know Nick Winter, the writer-director, at all, and I received that very rare unicorn that is a straight offer of a lead in a film, and obviously I have a very posh agent who's very very hard to talk to, and of course to her she was very snobby about this low budget war film. I read it, thought it was a lot of fun, and it was soon after all the lockdowns had just finished. Am I right?
I think
Summer
so, yeah. It was the
We
summer
shot
we were
this.
allowed out.
Summer 20.
Yeah.
Very hot summer, and I hadn't been on a film set for about 13 months. Right. And I said to her, it's 3 weeks titting about in front of cameras. I don't care what you think, the answer is yes. And it was a great decision, because it was a pure joy from start to finish. I want to wave a big flag for whatever people thought of the film. What you have just witnessed is a bit of a miracle. For the budget and the resources, it's kind of extraordinary what Nicholas Winter achieves. He was the cinematographer, the writer, director, the editor, the grader, everything. So he's, you know, what he could do with is a sidekick to say, maybe trim that a bit, Nick. But he's on his own. He does everything, and it runs really well, and we had a great time. So, you know, if even an ounce of that translates into the people watching it.
What kind of director would you say Nicholas was? I mean, some of you have worked with him a few times, and two of you are brand new. How would you each describe him? Alina, do you want to?
I think Nick is one of the most passionate people about film that I've ever met. He really, if he starts a project, he will finish it. He's so dedicated, and he brings that to set too. And I feel like he's very calm on set. He makes you feel very comfortable to try out different things. And whenever, even if things aren't going right, he will not let the actors know, which I thought was really helpful for me personally. Like, I think afterwards we heard a few things were difficult for them, but I didn't know when I was on set. I thought everything was going smooth. So yeah, that's my experience.
I mean, again, yeah, I'm quite lucky because I've worked with Nick a few times, but he's like the yin yang for me. I'm like the hyperactive child bouncing off the wall, and he's like Like he's absolutely he's unmovable and so relaxed and so at ease with everything he does. But what I love about Nick is it's all about the product. It's all about the visual and the storytelling, which is where I met Nick. We met on. I mean, you think that's low budget, I mean, again, Joe's absolutely right, what Nick can achieve with a camera. We used to call him the machine because we would be shooting a feature film and we'd have 2 days off and we'd all come back, so we had a great time, oh yeah, a couple of days off, yeah, sat on my bum and all that. And he'd go, yeah, no, I shot 2 shorts. And he would knock out a couple of short films and it was just like an absolute machine, and then the crew started calling one like Winter because he'd need one of these lights and he can make something look like stunning, So again, from a director's point of view, visually, when you work with directors who are able to achieve such cinematics with so little, you're like, give this guy £5 million and see what he can do because he's going to blow Avengers off the wall. Do you know what I mean? So it's he's intriguing like that. And Nick is, as these guys, I'm sure, as Alina sort of allude to there, he's so in the zone. He's like a guy who's going to go from start to the middle, to the finish, no matter what, and he's going to steer that ship all the way. So, he's a pleasure to work for, really, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. And he likes actors, which isn't always
Yeah.
the case.
Right.
Yeah, so that's what I'd say. Yeah.
That helps.
Yeah.
Did you have any time to rehearse or read through the three of you, or the wider cast?
There wasn't like a table read or anything at all. That would have been a great idea.
Yeah.
I think.
Hindsight.
But we did have like an afternoon learning how to punch each other in the face.
Okay.
It
Was
was
that fun?
it was great fun. Supposedly to block bits, and it doesn't matter if it isn't the fights you end up using. You meet the stunt team and the fight coordinator, and it just means you've got a dialogue going, so that when you're on the day, you go, oh, that thing we planned won't work. You're already, how to work with each other. So we have one day of that.
Maybe, 2 afternoons. Yeah, you're right.
Did you have 2?
Yeah, I might have 2.
needed one.
He's done me. That's why he's got a posh agent.
What challenge did you encounter, each one of you, maybe on set, or was there any particular things that was in each shot?
Paul Marlon's face was in my face
An issue, a lot.
That was
Yeah.
tricky. No, try not to laugh sometimes.
Yeah.
We had a really good time, yeah.
There's a contradiction, because, again,
always.
you're looking at a film that's a lot of fun, we hope,
But it's
but
about
obviously,
something.
about something horrific, and I know there's an amazing Guardian review of the film
Oh, yeah,
that
this film got
absolutely
a
hates
fantastic review in the
really,
Guardian.
really hates it,
I think good reviews are 1 star, right?
I think
that's right. So
I think that's how it works.
That's right. Yeah.
And it's a funny challenge because you want to, as actors, as filmmakers, from Nick's point of view, you want to tell a story, you want to be true to it. You don't want to take the mickey a little bit. But it was one of those jobs where we really did have a good time making it. And that doesn't mean like when we say action, we're all like,
No, very committed.
as Joe's titting about. We know when it's got to be done and what point you've got to tell the story. But in terms of the challenge, I mean. This was one of the only challenge I think I spoke about before. There was quite a lot of nights. There was a lot of nights on this. There was a lot of, there's a lot of. Can you look at that? There's a plane there. Nick, there's nothing there. Yeah, but there's going to be a plane there. Yeah, but there's nothing there. There's a little bit of that. All those kind of technical challenges. Yeah. But I think from start to finish, it's one of those jobs where you go.
I think we were all just. It's very. I think we've all. I wonder if we've all. I certainly felt. We went from, will we ever work again? Will we ever do what we all want to do again? We're all prisoners. This had that joy of getting back to work, and it was sunny, and we were, free sandwiches. They weren't great, but there were free sandwiches. So there was just so much really, and that's already faded. So for me, watching this today, I really want to go home remembering that.
Those lunches.
And not being taken anything for granted, because it could all disappear again.
Yeah, right.
I think if we talk about challenges, I think the nice thing about this project was that we all were so involved and eager to really get in the dirt and be in the woods and be there. It might have been a challenge for some people, but it was a lot of fun to, I guess, us all.
You were filthy.
Oh,
I
that
have to
was
say,
just...
yeah. I mean, a lot of the time it's like, don't talk to her, she's filthy. Yeah, oh no.
A lot of blood and dirt. I mean, but that's a great thing about also making movies that don't have that much budget, is because we just all have to work together to make it happen, and you don't have this time where you think about, is this too difficult or can we talk about this for 10 hours? We just
No,
get
no,
in and
crack
do
on.
it, and that's
Yeah.
a lot of fun. So.
And you do have to be your own continuity person normally
Oh, yeah.
on films like this.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
you
right.
have to.
Mm.
It's very much your
Did I
job
have
to
the
keep
hat
an
on?
eye
Did I
on
have
it.
the hat on? I can't remember if I had the hat on.
yeah.
I'm sure there was a hat. Yeah.
How long were you each on set for, well, on location, and where was the location?
Sussex,
Good old Sussex, yeah.
where all of Picture Perfect, Lucinda Rhodes Thackeray, if I said that right?
Yeah, you have, yeah.
Her company, Picture Perfect, they have rinsed Sussex for every location. They know it like the back of their hand. So, and they, you know, they're cracking. They churn out these films, you know, and there's a lot to be said for that in a way. You know?
Again, we were quite lucky because in terms of how long we were pretty much on it from start to finish, everyone, right? And
Yeah.
what was really, again, to add to the pleasure of the way that this film was made, is we were all put up together. We were on a holiday
in a caravan
camp.
park.
There's a caravan park somewhere where
I could hear Paul's
snoring.
every silent fart.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They weren't very silent. But yeah, we shared a caravan, you know, and it would be like, let's go and knock on Alina's caravan and come out, you know, and every day the call sheets were there. But the lovely thing, we were already all together. So that was great. And again, like all budget films like this, you know, you've got to knock out the 18, 19-hour days. And if there was a tiny moment where you could go and have a beer, you know, in this holiday park where we all come home covered in blood and luckily not dressed as Nazis, you know what I mean? We weren't turning up like that. But and there was like, you know, the Agadoo going on, and there's us turning up, you know. So that was quite fun, wasn't it? But that, again, it made for it. You know, when you again, this kind of budget filmmaking, you know, to add that element of the whole cast and crew, by the way, staying together. That's you know, that's the way you can make those movies so much, you know.
A great art department.
Yeah,
which I think the thing this is nominated for is art here is production design. I think it is kind of amazing what they achieved.
Yeah, and the kind of budget that you're...
£6. Yeah, exactly, yeah.
£6 in the favour.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask each one of you, what do you enjoy most about acting?
Go on, Joe.
Oh,
And also, actually, a second part of that question, if you could choose anyone, any actor that you've never worked with so far, who would you choose?
what an amazing question.
Make some notes.
I've been doing it 30 years, just shy of 30 years for a living. So I know it's hard to believe I'm over 31 years old. And it's changed, it's morphed. So if you'd have asked me that question 5 years ago, 10 years ago, it's a different thing. I think what I enjoy most about acting now is community and communion with other people. My ego has, thank God, left the building. It took a long time, so I don't care if people like me or think I'm great, or you know, all of that, thank God, has gone. So now it's about the other. It's the moments when got him. And there's a moment in a scene with whoever I'm working with that something new happened. That's what I go home really happy about. And in theatre, it's the moment where I see someone in the audience actually connect and wake up. So it's those little moments for me. And what was the second half of it?
Who would you work with who you never have
Wow,
before?
again, I've worked with more people than I ever thought I would. So I'd probably go for someone young and brilliant so that they kick me up the arse. Who's a brilliant young actor that's out there and everyone's going, fucking hell, they're good. Timothy Chalamet, yeah. I tell you what, there was. Have you seen a film called Scrapper?
Yeah. Oh,
Scrapper's amazing.
Oh.
There's a young actor,
Oh my
the
God.
young heroine, but there's a young actor playing the dad in that,
Yeah.
who I keep watching films and going,
He's
who's
everywhere.
this guy?
He's everywhere.
But he's so different in every fucking film. It's unbelievable. And whatever his name is, him. I'd like him to kick me up the arse. Yeah.
Paul? What's your favourite part of acting and who would you work with?
I have to say, you know, without being too sort of cringy, but yeah, I'm with Joe on that. Like, you get to a point where just making the damn thing and the process, tell you what I'm in love with. I'm in love with the process 10 times more than the products ever. And that's not to say I don't love coming to these moments and enjoying and celebrating and almost trusting yourself to go, well done, because we just don't, do we? You just never do. Because there's always more you want to do, there's always more stuff you should have done, could have done. But the process is what I'm in love with. You know, meeting great actors and meeting people you enjoy, and filmmakers, and hopefully people enjoying it. You know, that is obviously the ultimate product. But again, the build up to that is so much more important to me. That is like life affirming. Like maybe I got it right making the choices I did. Certainly the mortgage doesn't seem to feel the same way, but you know what I mean. But yeah, and I think, yeah, I know, right? It's paid off after that. You didn't get, oh no. And the actor thing, the truth is, it's going to sound like a really rubbish answer, but I can't say an actor because you never know. Like, look at this, you know, I'm going to take these guys as an example. I didn't know who they were. I didn't know where they'd come from. I didn't know their work. Then you get a call sheet with their names on, or someone says so-and-so's in so-and-so. You look up and you go, wow, look at that. Wow, look at that. And then you meet and you do the work and you go, wow, look at that. So, you know, although there are brilliant actors out there, you could list all day long you'd want to work with, it'll be the ones you don't know that you turn up, you make a friendship with, you make a pact with, you make a connection with, and you do some amazing stuff with. And that you go, thank you, Lord, for not having a proper job.
Alina?
Okay, well, that might be a bit of a deep answer, but I just love how many different parts of myself I can find when I work on a character. It's just so interesting to me, the things that come out when you work on a script. And yes, I love being on set. I could barely watch this now because I don't want to stare at myself for an hour. But when you're in it and you're just working through a script and a character, I love this process so much, and I've always loved it. A person that I'd love to work with is Kate Winslet. Might be random, but absolutely, I love.
I did Bugsy Malone with Kate Winslet a long time ago. Wow. She was my Tallulah.
She's just
Posh Asian.
No agent. Youth theatre. I was Leroy. That's how. That's how desperate they were for a black guy in Newbury.
I'd have loved to have seen that.
Yeah, Fatty Winslet we called it. Yeah, wow. We were PC back then. And I dated her sister. I went for the wrong Winslet.
I've told you these stories are for the bar, not for the
This
Q&A.
is no alcohol.
They're not
There's a
for the
documentary
Q&A.
there somewhere.
I think there's another member of cast at least.
Yeah, where's
two
Tim?
here, just to
Tim's
say
here.
hi.
And Lena's
have they
here
gone?
as well.
Are they so ashamed that they've gone? Tim's here,
They're
who played
there.
our
Yeah.
incredible
Tim's here, yeah.
baddie. Yeah.
We've got a fake and a real German. Yeah.
Well, all three of you, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
coming, and congratulations on the film, and best of luck wherever else is going to go on to play, and all your future careers. I know we'll see you again soon, Joseph, for your new film. So
Next year, I'll be back.
thank you so much. Can we have a round of applause, please? For the cast of all
Thank you.
Thank you.